Hi everyone, my name is Katie LaFountain and I am a LuLaRoe fashion consultant. I became a LuLaRoe consultant in October of 2016, so I am about to celebrate 2 years and 4 months with this company. So today what I want to do is provide you with a review of LuLaRoe and how this company has been a blessing in my life and in my family's life. I want to share with you how I first found LuLaRoe, the very first pieces of LuLaRoe that helped me fall in love with this company, and then also some of the things that I have gained along the way. It's not just about fashion and just about clothing. I've gained community, my family has gained blessings from LuLaRoe, and so I want to share with you that perspective today. So my first experience with LuLaRoe was an in-home party. My friend Kim was having one, and I went not knowing anything about the company. I didn't even know what kind of clothes that they had. It was really before they were on Facebook, so there was no way to get any information. So I showed up there not knowing what to expect, and boy did I get a surprise. I left there with this beautiful Irma, which I still have today, and then a pair of black leggings. And I still have those same pair of leggings. It's been 4 years and they're still staying by my side, and it has been a journey. So that night the consultant was trying to find somebody to sign up because she was moving to Colorado, and I really wanted to jump. I wanted to take that investment and do it then, but financially and space-wise at our house we couldn't do it. So I kept it on the back burner in my mind, and I kind of went on with my life. And a few months later, she was finally able to sell on Facebook. So I said, okay. I joined her group. I couldn't wait, and I got a Randy. So then I got even more hooked, and I'm like, oh, I need more clothes. And so I found a friend who was signing up to be a consultant, and she was local. And by this time, I was pregnant with my third baby, and we were looking for a new house with more space. And so I'm like, okay, so I hosted a couple parties myself finally, and I loved the community. I loved getting together with my friends and being able to try on clothes, and all the fun that we would all have seeing all the different prints and patterns and, what was new in and exciting. And so I hosted 2 parties before I decided to become a consultant. And in September of 2016, my husband and I made the decision that I was going to enter the world of fashion. So I got into the queue, and I got my call on October 28th. And it has been a crazy 2 years and 4 months. And I can't wait to share with you some of the things that we've done, the people we've met, and the lives that have been impacted by this business. So now let's talk about my initial inventory. So I got my call on October 28th, and I was so excited. I was home after a field trip with my middle son, and I got the call and I screamed and I woke him up. I was so excited. I jokingly told my husband it was the most money I have ever dropped that fast. So I got the call, I waited a week, the inventory arrived on November 2nd. Now, exciting time, right? I got the inventory, now let's get ready to sell it. Well, my 4-month-old Eliza ended up with pneumonia. So in the middle of getting all this inventory, we had to be in the hospital. Thankfully for my LuLaRoe leggings, I was super comfortable as I was in the hospital, but it took some time to get set up afterwards. Here is what my first shop looks like, my initial inventory and my excitement, and then also my very first pop-up, which I had 2 weeks after I got my initial inventory. Not even 2 weeks. I had it 10 days after I got my initial inventory. I had my very first pop-up. So now, one thing that was really important to me about LuLaRoe was making it a family business. I wanted my kids to understand and still see their mother work. I wanted them to know how this business impacted our family. One thing we created was a jar that we put money in each time we sold an item. and we would do something fun or go out to dinner, just so that way they would see how every time mommy sold something, kind of how it added up. So one of the first purchases the kids decided to do was a trampoline. They were super excited to get a trampoline for our house and to enjoy it. And they loved knowing that mommy earned that. Through mommy's sales, mommy was able to buy that for the family. So that was a really exciting time for us. Another thing with LuLaRoe that I didn't want for my kids to miss out on was I wanted to still be able to give them family vacations. My husband and I are very big on experiences, hence why we had bought them the trampoline. We didn't want to just go with toys or something, we wanted to take them places. We want to show them new things. And so LuLaRoe has allowed us to be able to do that. So we took them in May of 2018 to Disney. And then we just took them again in January of 2019 to Disney. And that was actually the first time that we've ever stayed on site. And it was our first family vacation, just the 5 of us. So the prior time that we went to Disney, we went with my parents, which we love going on vacation with them. And we stayed off site because my aunt had blessed us with an opportunity. But for my husband and I to be able to take a vacation, just the 5 of us, and go to Disney and pay for it and not have to worry about it, I paid for it with LuLaRoe, which was huge. Now, we got stuck an extra 3 days because of a snowstorm, so that added a little of excitement on to us there. But just one way that LuLaRoe has been able to bless our family's life is by allowing us to go on that big vacation, just the 5 of us. Another way that LuLaRoe has been a blessing to me is this past year I was able to not only travel once, but twice by myself. As a mom of 3, it's not the easiest to get away, and I was able to go to our South Carolina warehouse for training and to pull my own order, which was so exciting. One thing about that was I met one of my dear friends, Laura. I needed a roommate. I put something out on Facebook in our group asking if anybody was going, and I got to the South Carolina airport, and we jokingly say that only with LuLaRoe do you meet a stranger in an airport, get in a rental car, and share a hotel room for 2 days with them because of LuLaRoe. It's a sisterhood. It's kind of like a sorority. I've met, besides Laura, I've met my dear friend Amanda, who I've gone to California with for convention. Again, picked me up. I mean, we'd talked for a year leading up to our meeting, but, getting in the car and sharing a room for 4 days with Amanda and our friend Michelle. And then I was able to meet up with my friend Alyssa, that is another consultant. And we hung out for 4 days, and 3 days, 4 days. I don't know. Mom was away from the kids. So, LuLaRoe has given me a community of women that, even though we all sell LuLaRoe, we aren't competing. We are friends. We build each other up. We check in on each other daily, weekly. We cheer each other on. We strategize. How can we get where we need to be? We share inventory. I have several friends that I talk to on a daily basis. And if I need something for a customer, they're right there willing to help me. So LuLaRoe has really blessed me with a network of friends all across the U.S. that I wouldn't have without LuLaRoe. And, I jokingly tell my friend Amanda, if I don't say good morning to her, I haven't started my day, because we, check in with each other all the time. And that's a friendship that as an adult, you sometimes lose out on. We have them as kids, and we have them as teenagers, but then as we go to college and we get married and we have all these next steps of our lives, sometimes we lose those friendships. And that's one thing that LuLaRoe has given me back, is it's given me back those friendships that I have lost. And it's created a sisterhood with these ladies that I can, be in a store and see one of the big sellers and totally fangirl her and be like, oh my God, I can't believe it's you. And she's down to earth and chats with you, and you take a picture with her and she doesn't, think that it's not normal. In my mind, she was kind of like a celebrity, and I was so excited to meet Jill. And now, she's become a huge part of my life and encouraging my business and, sharing her knowledge. And it's just things that you don't anticipate when you sign up for LuLaRoe that it has now given me. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity and for the friendships and relationships that I've made. Another way that LuLaRoe has really helped me is I have a community of women that are my LuLaRoe family. They're my shoppers. They're people I check in with daily. Before LuLaRoe, I was a very private person. I didn't like oversharing on Facebook. I didn't like putting a ton of stuff about my kids out there because you just don't know in this day and age with the internet. And one thing that my group has done is that I want to share with them. I want to share with them the cute things that my kids do. My daughter's obsessed with a unicorn, and I post pictures of her hiding the unicorn on me in my bed, or sleeping with the unicorn, or taking the unicorn for a ride in the car. And I share about my son's achievements at school. And one thing that I did was I wanted to pay for my son to go to ski school. It wasn't something we had budgeted, and I decided, I'm going to put it out there. And I said to my group, I want to send my son to ski school. And they showed up. They helped. They shopped extra. And they made it so that I could send my son to ski club, which was huge and so important. And another thing is, like, I'll see them out and about, and we stop and we chat. And I've become friends with so many of them that I check in with them on a daily life or on a daily basis. And if I know that they're sick, and I offer to do stuff for them. And when a loved one passes away, I reach out to them and I pray for them. And, I recently was at Disney in January, and one of my girls was going to be there at the same time. And lo and behold, I go to walk on a ride and I hear Katie, and it's her. And she's in Colorado and I'm in New York, and we got to meet in Florida. And so it was really awesome to be able to meet in person one of my customers that, is interactive every day with me. And so that's another way that LuLaRoe has, impacted us as well, is the community that surrounds us and the things that I get to share with them because of that. Now, talking about my family, getting my family involved in the business was really important. So my son Connor helps me on our live sales. We laugh together at least 1 to 2 nights a week. I try to get him out here helping me with the live sales. We do games. One of his favorite games was when we did the egg contest, and he got to crack eggs on his head. And he's always willing to help me when it's bringing in new inventory, doing packages. He's 9 and loves the business. He's so funny because he's like, I don't know what color this is. And I tell him, and he's like, it just is blue. And I'm like, no, it's this shade of blue. But it's given me that time that I get to spend one-on-one with him when he's doing the lives. And he loves seeing how that helps our business. And everyone loves when he's on our lives. They find him funny and that we banter back and forth. And so that's been a blessing. My middle son loves to help me with the packages and cleaning up. He's almost 5, so he's, still growing into it. And then I've got Eliza, who's going to be 3, and she is adorable. She loves to be my little model with the kids line. Every time I get a box in, she's like, ooh, pretty. Is that for me? And she loves her LuLaRoe. She helps me do photos. She'll help me when I'm doing my flat lays. I've caught her a couple times really cute setting up outfits, and it's just so adorable to see her mimicking me. I mean, our children really are our future, and they're watching everything we do. And the fact that my kids get to see that is huge. It's just not mommy goes off to work and then I come home. They get to see me do live sales. They get to see me put outfits together. They get to see people come and shop in our location, and they go to pop-ups with me when I have vendor events. Sometimes they come with me, depending on if I have anyone to take them. So they get to be firsthand on the business. My husband helps me load the vehicle. He helps me go to pop-ups. He helps me at vendor events. It is a family business. I might be the front of it and I might be the face of it, but they're all helping me behind the scenes, which is huge. And it means a world to me that they're there to help me and encourage me. My last takeaway with LuLaRoe is fundraisers. So I am able to give back to the community through the fundraising program with LuLaRoe. They match dollar for dollar when you do a fundraiser, and it doesn't have to just be an organization, it can be an individual. So over the last 2 years, I have participated in fundraisers for the South High Marathon Dance, the Houston SPCA after a hurricane to help with the animals. I also did Project Cameron, which helps raise awareness for NICU families and gives books to them to read to their little babies. And then most recently, I participated in 2 fundraisers that were for people with cancer to help support their recovery time and help pay for the finances. And it was a blessing. One of them was a 10-year-old little boy in my son's school. So I was able to work with other retailers and raise awareness as well as raise funds to help the family. And it felt so good to have my children involved in that and to understand what we were doing. And then for my son Connor, we did an American Heart Association for school fundraiser, and I told him for every pair of leggings that he sold, I was going to donate so much to his fundraiser. And he raised over $300. He went live. He did promos to promote it. It really got him involved in the business, which was a great experience. And so through fundraisers, I've been able to teach my children about giving back. And that has been amazing and something that I will continue to teach them as they get older. And I love that opportunity through LuLaRoe. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my review and listen to my journey through LuLaRoe. It's been an amazing 2 years, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for me with the company. And if you have any interest in contacting me, it's LuLaRoe Katie LaFountain on Facebook. Thank you.